Welcome back. I'm Jeff Burr with the Tattooed Spirit. We're leaving the 8 of coins and entering the realm of the discipline of the 9. Jeff, how do you know this is discipline? Well, we know that 9s in general terms are about the inherent compromises of the suit in which you find the 9. We're dealing with the suit of coins, which is the earth element, obviously, how you're being in the world. And whenever we're dealing with the materialness and that aspect of wealth and the aspect of work, whenever this 9 happens to show up for you, it is the suggestion that discipline is the order of the day. Okay? A wonderful point of interest, of fascination and contemplation is that in order to understand, guys, truly how magnificent you really are, you have to work to define yourself. Your highest being self doesn't sort of happen. You have to just do this kind of thing happy and be inspired to new activity so that you can then create this being for yourself that you are unbelievably proud of, that you enlighten those around you by you just being who you are. And that involves what this card is all about, self-discipline. It's an interesting card. In full bloom, this is full harvest. This is a card of abundance. This means that this person is comfortable. But going back to my original point, the compromise of this earth suit, of this coin suit, is complacency with that which is. Okay? The full harvest that is around this particular character. It doesn't matter so much for the intents and purposes of this conversation that she's a falcon or she is a falcon. But whenever you look at her gaze, when you hold close this card and you look at her gaze, she's not looking at the falcon. It appears as if she is, but she's not. She's looking at her glove. She's working at the workingness of being a falconer. I think it's what you call it, a falconer, a falconer, I think. This card is about what she's also doing, turning her head away from that sun. That sun card. Where is that sun card that we just had before? With me banging my hand all over the place. This is that full activity and movement and celebration and fun and just doing whatever you want and happy, happy, happy. She's turning away from that sun, but she's not a miserable person because of it. She just knows that there's more work to do. And that's also implied by the imagery of this card. Whenever you look, this is full bloom. This garden is full. I guess those are cherries or fruits. That means that the fall is coming, that she has to plan and put her nose to the grindstone, happily so, because there is more work to be done to further define herself, to be this being that she is being where she can be proud. Okay? This is self-discipline. This is more complacency. When you're shuffling your cards and you ask, give me some love and guidance of how I can better improve my life. If it happens to come up in here, you can ask yourself further, where am I being complacent? Where am I not taking the steps to prepare for the next season of the garden? Well, I've been meaning to go to the gym. I've been meaning to, I really should, ask that person out. I've been wanting a raise for years now. I should probably, and it's having this self-discipline to begin that project, to plan something new for yourself. That's what this character's doing, being happy, contemplating. Actually, speaking of contemplating, what's that other wonderful number 9 that we know? It is the card, the major influence and force of contemplation with the Hermit. This is a great 9. And understand that, as we talked about, this Hermit, the activity of contemplating is the act. That is the doing that is necessary whenever you come to this state of being. Okay? Does that make sense? He's using a wand. His time away from the progress along that second line or that major arcana to further find out more about himself is an active doing to contemplate who he really is. This is a very active, get your nose back to the grindstone so that you can further enjoy your spirit on higher and higher levels. Okay? All you need to know is self-discipline. You got it on point. You can turn away from activities that just bring you pure joy. The kind of satisfaction is gone. It's time to get back to work, even contemplating what is next. And then this is, you're playing too much, maybe. The season's getting late. Before you know it, you're going to have to plant again, and you're going to miss your next planting. Pretty straightforward. You kind of get that by that awkward kind of turning away of her head. That is the key of this card. Your intention and your intuition may tell you other things about this card, about those two trees, how they're so similar and how interesting that is. Also about the berries. I'll let you discover that on your own. But there's something fascinating. I had that half of her face turned away from the sun in shadow to just help me, to help remind my clients and my visitors, and to help, refresh myself every time I see it, that it's the turning away of that just enjoying the fruits of your labor. It's time to just have the self-discipline to further define yourself, to prove how magnificent you really are. Great. Number 9. Okay? I'll see you back for the final pip card of the final suit that we're covering. It's the 10 of coins next. I know that you don't want to miss this. I'll see you in a flash.